Welcome to the CSR Journal. Today we have with us Mr. John Kolmer, the leader of Global High Potential Development for the Dow Chemicals. Welcome to the CSR Journal.
Thank you so much, Hensi. I'm thrilled to be here.
At the outset, I would like you to tell us briefly about your company and the fields that it is involved in.
Absolutely. Thank you for the question. So at the Dow Chemical Company, we combine science and technology knowledge along with innovative premier material science products to deliver innovative, sustainable solutions to the world, helping to make the world a better place.
Correct. How long have you been associated with the company?
I came to Dow via a couple of acquisitions, a total of about 17 years ago. Through most of that time, Hensi, I've been involved in human resources, although I've done a few stints within our manufacturing and operations center as well. And this work's allowed me to travel and work to over 25 countries around the world in that time, including India, where I've been several times.
What are the CSR initiatives that Dow Chemicals is involved in?
At Dow, CSR is very much a part of our DNA. We fully believe in the power of the human element, the power of knowledge, combining knowledge, skills, and passion of our employees to help address some of the world's most pressing issues. This ability to harness our employees' passion and drive it into purpose is really what drives and enables our CSR initiatives around the world, including here in India. So within our CSR initiatives, Dow takes a very unique approach in combining both traditional as well as skills-based volunteerism. This really allows our employees a variety of opportunities to apply their passion into purpose and to help make their communities and our world a much better place as well.
How does the company measure the impact of its initiatives?
This is a great question. You know, so many companies focus on their output. And certainly at Dow, we're very proud of the fact that we have over $40 million US dollars a year in annual giving as a part of our philanthropic efforts. But certainly what we've discovered is that output is certainly one thing that can be measured. More important is the impact. And while that is a bit more difficult to measure, it's certainly something that we're focusing on more and more. It really isn't about the dollars, but rather what is the impact not only to the communities, but through leadership development programs like Leadership in Action, we're also attempting to measure the development of our own leaders, of their personal and professional growth as well.
What is Leadership in Action initiative and why have you chosen Mumbai this year to roll out the initiative?
Absolutely. Leadership in Action, I like to say, began with a vision that led to a conversation that resulted in action. About 7 years ago, when I moved into a leadership development space within Dow, I had a vision for how we could develop our leaders, our emerging leaders, global capabilities and competencies. I recalled the growth and the knowledge that I had gained in a variety of volunteer experiences, both in my professional life as well as my personal life, and started asking people, you know, is this something that we do at Dow or could do at Dow? Thankfully, that vision and sharing that vision with my leader and other leaders led to a conversation between myself and our Dow Corps, a branch of our Global Citizenship organization that attempts to match people's skills to the needs of organizations around the world. As a result of those conversations, we developed a program called Leadership in Action. We're now in our 6th year of this program, and as a result, we have had over 240 leaders around the world participate, donate over 48,000 hours of volunteer time on over 40 projects in 6 countries around the world, including India. What makes this program unique, Hensi, is that it really does allow these participants to apply their skills, knowledge, and passion to help solve some of the most pressing issues in these emerging communities, emerging geographies around the world. As I mentioned, Mumbai is our 6th location that we've been able to work in. The others have included 2 locations in Africa, 3 in Southeast Asia. We arrived in Mumbai as a result of the opportunities for both professional growth and business growth within Mumbai, coupled with the many opportunities there are to really provide societal change here in the Mumbai area as well. We talk about leadership in action, really addressing and providing a triple benefit. It provides leadership development, new business development, all while providing community development.
Absolutely. Can you walk us through the journey of the participants of this year?
Every journey is a bit different because they all have a different starting place.
Absolutely.
For many of our 43 participants this year, they had never traveled to India before.
Okay.
So their journey is very different. But it began back in May of this year when we brought these 43 individuals, these emerging leaders, from their home locations around the world. And these 43 include representatives from, I think we ended up with 20 different countries. Every one of our business functions, many of our businesses themselves. So a very diverse group was brought together. During our first week together at our headquarters in Midland, Michigan in the United States, we focused on more traditional leadership development experiences, getting them to think strategically, really providing them with the stage and the opportunity to begin to build their global and intercultural fluency. One of our development objectives for our Leadership in Action program is to provide them with the opportunity not only to learn how to do that, but more importantly, to apply those learnings, to begin to practice those skills that not only are going to benefit the beneficiaries, the partner organizations they're working with, but will reap huge dividends in how they do their work in the future moving forward within Dow. So we finished that week in Midland with the 43 participants being divided into 7 project teams and each assigned to a local NGO, nonprofit organization or non-government organization here in the Mumbai area. Over the course of the next 4 months, those teams have operated as sort of virtual consulting organizations with those partner organizations to better understand what is it that can really help that organization advance their agenda, and how can this group bring their skills and knowledge to bear to help those organizations solve and resolve some of the social and most pressing issues that they're facing. About in the June time frame, we selected one member from each of those project teams to travel to India as an ambassador, if you will, of that team. And so they got to spend a week with that partner organization, building the relationship between Dow and that organization, as well as gaining a deeper understanding of what is the true issue that we're trying to resolve and how might be the best way for Dow's employees and expertise to approach that. The highlight of the program, of course, comes this week when we bring all 43 together here in Mumbai, where they are spending this week side by side, working arm in arm with their partner organization. If I could share a story, if I may. A couple of our participants, when I met them at the end of the day, when they came back to our hotel, they said, "John, oh my gosh, in this one day, in this 8 hours, I learned more about this organization than I did in the entire 4 months of consulting." My response was this. I said, think about in your role right now, how many times are you on global teleconferences trying to get work done, trying to understand an issue to help resolve it, and you've never met these folks? What you just went through yesterday is a mind blower.
Absolutely.
It will help you realize the next time you face this at work, to not just listen with your ears, but to listen with your mind.
In India, the government has mandated 2% spending on the CSR by the corporates. What is your view on that?
Well, I have to say, when I first heard of that, I had mixed feelings. And to be honest, part of that was I thought, gosh, it's a shame that the government has to mandate. At Dow, I'm very thankful for the fact that our company historically has dedicated over 2% to global citizenship and to CSR issues around the world in every one of our locations. And that is certainly true here in India as well. I absolutely believe that when a company is doing well and gives back to the community, that rising tide raises all ships. At Dow, we often say that we are proud of being able to do well while doing good. Because if you're not doing well as a company, you can't do good in the community. And so the two of these go hand in hand.
What is your vision from the CSR perspective on an individual level?
Absolutely. You know, when I think about corporate social responsibility, and this is John Kolmer speaking. This is not John as a representative of Dow. I have always felt that as a citizen of our world, it is my responsibility to give back. I have been very blessed throughout my life. I have been very fortunate to have many experiences that I know are very unique and that most of the world will never have. And as a result of that, I'm compelled, more than that, I am passionate about sharing my experiences, my learnings, my ahas, my oh crap moments, and there have been a lot of those along the way. Because, as I mentioned, even from the corporate perspective, at an individual level, if I can help raise one other person, then my time here on earth has not been a waste.
Absolutely.
And I'm very fortunate to work for a company like Dow that not only states that in its values, but truly lives it, Hensi. And so for me, it truly is a case where I'm allowed on a daily basis to bring my passion into purpose. And I love that.
Nice talking to you, John. Thank you for talking to the CSR Journal.